Hi everybody, Dr. Lisa Thompson here, and welcome to another edition of The Doctor Is In Live, coming to you from my home office outside of Eden Prairie, Minnesota on this Tuesday afternoon. Now, I was going to be on earlier, but we had an internet glitch, so while I was waiting for the internet to come back on, I went out and did some yard work, and by the time I got done, internet was back online, so I'm here with you today. So what you want to do right now is, if you see in the upper right hand corner of your screen, you're going to see a notification button. Tap on that notification button, and that way, just like Ed Zimbardi's doing right now, I love Ed. He is such a cool guy. And if you click on that notification button, you're going to know exactly when I'm going live. And see, Ed knew. And that's why Ed is just giving me thumbs up all over the place. So today what we're going to be talking about is how to syndicate your content once you've written it. Hi, Michelle. Great to have you watching today, and welcome to the show. So what we're going to be talking about is you've written a great blog post. You've got high content, awesome value. Now what you got to do is you got to get eyeballs on it. Well, hi, Michael. Nice to have you on board too. And we want more eyeballs to see it. Hi, Junie. Glad to have you on board. So what we do is what's called syndication. And what that means is that you're going to distribute your content. Hi, Jeffrey. Jeffrey's another awesome guy. So what you want to do is you want to distribute that blog content out. So one of the great ways to do it, I'm going to show you two ways that are very, very powerful. One way is when you've put on your social share buttons on your blog post, share them to those networks. So you see, I have about 8 social share buttons that I have on the far left corner of my blog post. So what I will do is I will go to Facebook and I will share my blog post on my personal profile and on my fan page. I'll go to Twitter. I'll share it on Twitter. Hi, Simon. Great to have you on. I'll share it on Pinterest. I'm going to share it on Dig, LinkedIn, Tumblr, StumbleUpon. I'm going to share those on those main social share buttons that I have on my blog. The other thing I'm going to do, and I do it on Google Plus as well, is I'm going to go into Facebook syndication groups, content syndication groups. And what are those? If you go on Facebook, you know by now that Facebook has groups on just about anything out there. And on Facebook, they have what are called blogging syndication groups. That's what they're known for. And what you do is you join these groups and you put your blog post in the group, and then you have to like, comment, and share other people's blog posts. This is very powerful with syndication groups, and here's why. Most people will not leave a comment. They don't want to be the first one to leave a comment on a blog. And I liken this to, do you remember back in high school when there was the big dances? And I remember this, I'm going to date myself, but I know that back in the 80s, I would go to my high school dances and we'd be in the gymnasium and all the girls were on one side, all the boys were on the other side. Hi, Joseph, nice to have you watching. And the music's playing and everybody's just kind of looking at each other and they're looking across the gym trying to make a connection, and everyone's afraid to be the first one out dancing because they know all eyes are going to be on them. Until somebody makes the bold move, they go across, find someone to dance with, and before you know it, everyone else joins in. That's what happens with blogging too. So when you go into a syndication group, that's a really safe place. And you're going to get people who are going to leave, meaningful comments on your blog, so that if new people are coming in and they see your blog post and they see other people are commenting, it is going to make them want to leave a comment as well. And the other thing that this blog syndication group is going to do for you is, remember, there are 3 things Google looks for in order to rank your site on the search engines. They're looking for content that's unique, relevant, and engaging. And this is where a lot of people, when they do their blogs, they miss the mark on the engagement piece. So when you just have your WordPress.com comments enabled only, and then you go into these syndication groups where people can leave comments, what it's going to do is now Google's going to see, wow, your site is, it's got relevant, unique content. It's, people are leaving comments. They're staying on your site longer. We're going to give you more juice, and we're going to make your site rank higher in the search engine rankings, which for you is going to mean more traffic that you don't have to pay for. Now, I've been doing syndication groups for the last year and a half. And I'm going to tell you, when I started really, I go into about 3 blogging syndication groups. I don't go into too many, but I just do a couple of them. And the ones that I do are ones that are very active. People are always in there. Hi, Anita. Glad to have you watching. And what this does is it allows you to, you're going to build some friendships. And these are pretty much power players in these Facebook syndication groups who are big time power player bloggers. And when you can get them liking, commenting, and sharing your posts, guess what? It expands your network. It's like your blog now is being seen by more people. So when I first started going into blog syndication groups, I was averaging about 25 to 30 views on my blog. Now, today, I'm averaging, and I took an average from the last year, about 150 to 160 views a day, and that's growing. And that's just by going into, and I'm sharing my content off my blog posts, off my social share buttons, and I'm doing blog syndication. So what you want to do is typically leave about 30 minutes a day to do blogging syndication. So you're welcome, Joseph. I'm glad you're loving this. And what this is going to do, start with one syndication group and just get in the habit. Now, follow the rules of the syndication group. They may tell you, there are certain blog posts they will accept and some they won't. So you have to really abide by the group. And then you're going to have to, when you post your content, then you're going to want to immediately go like, comment, and share other people's posts. But when you're leaving meaningful comments, make sure that you've read the post and you don't sit there and say, great post, thanks for sharing. Put a little bit more thought into it. It doesn't have to be a whole, paragraph or two, but, tell them what your one big takeaway was from it. And see, what this is going to do is that you're going to find people. Oh, you're welcome, Jeffrey. Glad that you're getting value from it. Is what this is going to do is it's going to make people, you're going to build a bond, okay? Marketing is all about relationship building, whether you're doing it online or face-to-face. And so I found people that were, became business partners of mine or joined my opportunity or bought an affiliate product from me just because we began to connect with just through blogging syndication groups. Now, here's another little trick, and I talked about this a little bit last week, is as you're going into these syndication groups, people are going to be leaving you comments. And if you see people who are frequently commenting on your blog and they're giving you great feedback, this is a great place where you can reach out to them more, either through email, because you're required to give an email address when you leave a comment on your blog. And what it also does too is you can reach out to them, either if you know them on Facebook, or you could send them an email and thank them for leaving comments. And then just say, if there's anything I can do for you, let me know. I can give you a 15-minute free coaching consult to help you build your business. It's a great way to build a bond and relationship. And Anita just left something here, and I just want to read the comment. And she said, I just noticed that some blog syndication groups just spawn Facebook comments rather than actual blog visits and comments. Do you mean, Anita, like spawn? Do you mean spam? That's what I'm just trying to figure out what you're saying there. But some people do spam some Facebook on some Facebook groups, so you have to be careful with that. If you do notice a lot of spammy stuff, report it to the administrators. Because blog syndication groups really are places, and a lot of them are very good at making sure that they're weeding out people. So really be careful. And what you can also do is start your own blog syndication group as well. I can challenge you to get out of your comfort zone a little bit. And when you do that, you can start attracting other people to come in. And pretty soon you can have a really good, just Facebook comments, but no blog visits. Okay, so they're not commenting on your blog post, is that it? I'm going to wait for Anita to give me an answer to that. But, and some people will do that. And I think that's really unfortunate if they're just doing the Facebook comments saying that you're done, but then don't visit the blog post. No, that's not very classy, and that's really sad if that happens. So what you need to do is operate with the highest integrity. So what I usually do is I will post my blog, and then I'll find those, whatever the requirements are. I'm going to go in, and then I'm going to comment on their post first before I go in, and then I will go into Facebook, and then I'll leave a comment under saying, I've commented and shared. So that's a way to get around that. And if people aren't doing it, don't be afraid to tell the administrators of that of the content of the syndication group, because they need to know that, and they can come out and say something to the effect of, hey, make sure you're all leaving comments on people's blogs. You want to honor, and operate with an honor code. So those are my best tips for blog syndication. And if you do that, you're going to watch your business grow. Now, you want to make sure that you're joining groups you can just search in the Facebook search bar. You can just say blogging syndication or blogging groups, and take your time and read through them. And some of them do have blogging syndication groups that are real specific to internet marketers. Some might be very specific to maybe the health and wellness market, or to something else that can be very niche specific. And that can be another great place for you to find some leads as well and build relationships. Did you all get value today? If you did, leave a comment and share. And then make sure that I left in the video, or in the description of this live video, is if you want to know more about where I learned all these great blogging tips on how to get leads for my business and the blogging platform that I'm using, I have a link in the video description. And all you have to do is click on that link, and then you will be given a 40-minute video training that'll outline exactly where I learned all these great secrets and tips. So make sure you tune in tomorrow, and we're going to be giving you more blogging tips that will help position you as the authority and expert in the marketplace. With that said, have an awesome day, enjoy the evening, and I'll talk to you tomorrow.